All right, let's go to this story. So why is Leigh Finke refusing to debate us? Tell us about this story. Apparently we got in a little spat on Twitter with
Can I tell the full story?
Go tell the story, but why is this dude after us?
So it all started with Leigh Finke tweeting that it's unconstitutional to teach the Bible in schools, which we all know is false. They have many religion classes where you can learn about the Bible or any variety of religions, really. So,
well, and that's just a false premise. They go to separation of church and state, which is not in the Constitution at all. It's basically a letter from Jefferson to the Danbury Baptists, and it actually goes against their narrative because it's about making sure they understand that the government's not going to interfere with this minority Christian sect called the Baptists, right?
Right.
So that's really the history of it.
It's making sure the church or the state doesn't interfere with the church, not the other way around.
They're just saying Congress can't establish a religion, therefore interfering with religious practice.
Right.
The leftists, they totally bastardized this one.
Right.
Proceed.
Thank you. Well, and
I get really animated on that one because the left has, like, going back to my college days, arguing that one, like, they totally get that one wrong.
Yep. No, agreed, 100%. When you and I spent a couple minutes talking about this, I'm like, hey, should we do a story on this? And you're like, well, it's kind of lame, but it's fun to bash Leigh Finke, and he's wrong. So.
Well, I was like, it's just not news, right?
It's not news.
It's what the left always has been saying for decades.
Right.
But
we just gotta hit this.
Okay, go ahead.
So, write the story. The next day, and it kind of pops off on Twitter a little bit. And the next day, Leigh Finke tweets a screenshot of the story and said, "This is quite funny." And I was like, "Oh, hey, the guy read the thing." So oh no, this isn't the story, but I replied to Leigh's.
Oh no, there you go. It says posted a screenshot. Click on that. What's that?
Yep.
Glad Finke reads our stuff.
No, exactly. I didn't know Finke was a fan. So I reply from my personal account because Leigh Finke has this blocked on the Action for Liberty account. I say, hey, how about you come on the show? We can talk about this topic. We won't cut it out because we do this live, and we'll let Leigh Finke speak his piece. He tweets me saying the Action for Liberty folks have posted the most vile there's a light blocking my way about me and my community of any place in Minnesota.
Here, I'll read it like Leigh Finke, okay? The Action for Liberty folks have posted the most vile content about me, just a typical lady here, and my community of any place in Minnesota. Truly hateful, degenerate smears and lies. I'll pass.
We got to get you into classes for that, Jake.
That's all he
does. I thought that was spot on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just like any other lady, right?
And so, naturally, we had to write a story about it.
Nothing about this is
so
natural.
Let's go to the story. Well, our reaction is natural.
Okay,
there you go. So let's head back to the... Oh, we're on the story here. Perfect.
Okay.
I just think it's funny. I think it's funny that I did lose my space, but
it's funny.
No, it is hilarious.
Yeah, but didn't you get attacked?
Gets so pissed
you got
off.
Attacked by somebody.
That's sorry. Scroll down to the bottom here. This is funny. I have a very punchable face. And I'm not going to say that word. All right, in the comment section,
do you agree with what's the person's name?
That's an interesting insult. Twat waffle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe
you
that
can tell he's just fuming when he writes that, too.
Do you think William Twatwaffle has a punchable face? In the comment section, let us know what you think.
No, a lot of comments
very violent,
like that.
Very violent
people were very pissed.
Yeah.
I thought the left was like the tolerant, open party that's, no hate. That's what Leigh Finke advocates for. Yeah. We want to love everybody. No
love
hate.
Love over hate, right?
Love over hate,
yeah.
right.
Yeah. Well,
and then here come all the leftist minions in my replies.
Any pedos that joined in on the conversation? Not this time?
Well, based on the legislation that Leigh Finke introduced,
right,
we might get sued for defamation
so
too.
So this is what's interesting to me is, and by the way, any lefties that watch this show and they're having a good old time with this segment, I will come on your show. I'll come debate you. I'm glad to do it. Let's talk. Let's discuss these things because I think we can have a reasonable conversation, which will come out ahead because I think science and reason are on our side. But let's have the conversation. Why won't you even discuss this stuff? You guys are creating public policy. Why don't you discuss it with us? You just want to have it on your own. By the way, I was just going to say they do it on their on the House floor. They don't even do it on the House floor. Leigh Finke doesn't answer questions. So when like Republicans go, would the author yield for a question, and then they'll ask a question and they'll like just go to their talking points. They don't want to talk about this stuff because they know their arguments are weak.
Well, from what I recall, like towards the end of the debate, Finke was just like, "No, I will not answer questions."
I can't
Am I
remember that one for
misremembering?
sure, but I mean, there's a few examples of people who definitely did that. It was definitely happening in the Senate. Aaron May Quaid and several others who were just refusing to answer questions. And like Jake is saying, that whenever they say, "Okay, yes, I will yield for a question," they stand up and they say whatever they want. They don't answer the question. They pretend like they do. They just have a talking point. They just say whatever they've been saying the entire time. So basically every time Stinky Finke stood up to talk, Finke was saying, transgender surgeries are safe, effective, and good for people. So that was the answer. That was the line. And so that's just that's the way that the Democrats do it. They don't have anything to stand on their own, so they just use talking points.
All right, let's go to the comments section. What do people think? Does this twat waffle have a punchable face?
Brad says not punchable.
Thank
Okay,
you.
that's one for not punchable.
Tucker says, show on my face, I'll take that punch for you guys. I've got a very thick skull. I can't say the guy's fist will be all right, though. And proceeds to correct us that it's Chris.
Okay, but I do want to point out Tucker didn't respond to the actual question there.
It's
so
true.
So we only have one right now, unpunchable face.
I like my odds so far.
Any for
Brad
punchable?
says, no, that's the only ones that voted.
Oh, okay.
No one wants
like,
to hurt my
like
feelings.
people say, if
Wow,
you don't have
Dawson
something nice to
says
say.
punchable.
You want to put that to the test?
No,
Dawson, that's under our account, though.
Yeah,
Like,
here we
I
go.
know, that is true.
I think this is workplace harassment, actually.
this is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.